Hello, welcome to the right side. I'm Renee Wright. Today I want to talk to you about, what's his name? Oh, Derrick Jaxn. Who is Derrick Jaxn? That's what I said to myself when people are asking me, what did I think about what was going on with him? Okay, so Derrick Jaxn is a relationship guru. He kind of gives advice to men or has strong opinions about men who cheat on their wives and things like that. And he had lots of followers and a lot of people believed in him and supported what he was doing. And, apparently he was knowledgeable and was giving good advice. And some people were a little upset because he was very hard on men and who cheated. He had strong opinions of men who cheat aren't of God and lots of strong opinions. Come to find out, Mr. Jackson was cheating himself. So everybody was pretty upset. People were pretty upset saying, how could you be so hard on people who cheat and you're living the same life and you're living a lie and you're a hypocrite and you're all of these things. I honestly don't know his advice well enough to feel one way or the other. I just know that he is a man and he is not a God. He is a man of flesh. So he's not going to be perfect. So if you feel like his word was a good word and it was a good teaching and it helped you in your relationship, great. Listen to his word and separate the word from the person, the message from the messenger. And if it was helping you, stick with what he was saying and not what he did. The fact of the matter is, I suspect that when he was giving out this advice and being so hard on cheaters, he was probably talking to himself. He was probably frustrated with his inability to control whatever this thing was that was driving him to be disloyal to his wife, to his relationship, to his vow to God. He was struggling with it himself. So I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm just saying if his word was good, listen to his word. And if it wasn't good, don't listen to his word anymore. If it was trash, then don't listen to it. He did fail. He had a character flaw. He has a character flaw. He is not perfect. Whether he can recover from this or not, who knows? It depends on his advice, and it depends on if you believe he knows what he's talking about or things like that. I don't think that throwing him away helps anything. If he's a person that needs help himself, whatever core belief, whatever negative internal belief he had about himself that made him feel like he was needed more than what his wife was providing, I don't know. That's just something he needs to work on his own. And then when he identifies that, maybe he can bring that back out and have a conversation with all of his listeners, and maybe he can help some of them, because that's at the center of cheating. That's at the center of being disloyal. Unfortunately, many of us have had people be disloyal to us. When it happened to me, one of the many times it happened to me, when I said why, the answer was because it made me feel like a king. And I'm thinking, feel like a king? You can be a king. You can be a king. You don't have to just go for the feeling every once in a while. But, that was his struggle at the time. And I don't know what, all I know is that his cheating was not a reflection of me. And that's what I want to get on to the other point. So I hope that Mr. Derrick Jaxn, finds what made him do what he was doing, fixes it, and shares that journey, and that will be very helpful to people as well. And if people don't want to listen, then don't listen. But what really got my interest in here and got me feeling like in my feelings was the fact that everybody started attacking his wife. And I'm thinking, what did she do wrong? I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't read about anything that she did wrong. So why are people upset? Saying ridiculous things like, well, maybe if she didn't look like that, he wouldn't have cheated. Or maybe, he wouldn't have. His actions are not a reflection of her. They're a reflection of his flaws. And it doesn't matter what she looks like. And we all know somebody who cheated with someone who was less attractive, less successful, less intelligent, just less than what it appeared they already had. because it doesn't have anything to do with the person who they have in their life now. Because if it did, they could have just left. In Derrick Jaxn's case, he was successful. He could have just said, you know what? I'm tired of having burnt macaroni and cheese. I'm going to go to somebody who makes better macaroni and cheese. And he could have just left. But he didn't. He knows that it was a flaw inside of him. You know, he knows what his commitment is to his wife, but he knows he's also too weak and maybe even undeserving of her. But when I saw the pictures, I saw something different than some other people did. I didn't see a woman there who was dressed differently than those other women who were, you know, who he was involving himself with. I saw a woman in pain who had just been victimized twice by her husband and then by all these people in the media. She didn't deserve that. She was still hurting and in support of her vows, her husband, her marriage. She sat there and tried to be supportive of him. And I thought, wow, she looks like she is being taken hostage right now. Her emotions are still, her wounds are wide open. Her emotions are, I felt hurt for her. I felt hurt. And her appearance, I don't know. She just looked like a person who was home one day. You know, you don't know how much preparation goes into some of these other photos you see of people. You know, that she purposely, perhaps, she wasn't involved in all of that was going on in his, you know, she could have easily been front and center, but she wasn't super involved in what he was doing, you know, she just was a behind the scenes supportive person of him, which probably makes it hurt that much more. She's supporting what you're doing, your mission and what you believe in, and you feel betrayed. So she was hurt. So I want to speak to all the people who have been betrayed, who have, Waiting to Exhale, put him through law school, Diary of a Mad Black Man, put him through law school, only to be betrayed on the other end. All of those people. The people who have, you know, sacrificed and made their relationship stronger. Those people. The men who work 3 and 4 jobs to support a home. Those people. The people who are doing everything to keep security in their lives. Financially, emotional, you know, who are doing things to keep connected. Those people, when they're betrayed, they feel very hurt. Don't internalize this. Don't internalize this. It's the same advice I give to everybody who says they had a mate cheat on them. Don't internalize this. This is not a flaw on your part. This is nothing that you did wrong. And if it is something that is continually happening, you really have to look inside yourself and try to understand why you stay in a relationship where there's constant disloyalty. You know, there's all this negative action happening, but there's no repairing, and they're not trying to remedy the issue. Then that becomes yours to figure out before you try to reconnect with this person. You know, why did I know this was going on and still stay there? Then why am I hurt now? Well, why did you stay? Not in the sense that you should leave, but if there's a belief inside of you that says, I don't want to be alone and I didn't want anybody better, deal with that. Why is that? Go back behind that. Why do you believe you couldn't do better? Or why is it scary to be alone? Or you could just say, you know what? I love him. It's a character flaw. That's something that can be repaired. It can. It can. Disloyalty, infidelity, all of these things can be repaired if the relationship is worth it to you. So I send hugs to both Derrick Jaxn and his wife, because I think that they both have some stuff going on inside them that they need to repair. And I pray that their marriage can be, their relationship can be reconciled and they can reunite and come back together. Maybe they need to go back before God, go before God separately, go as a couple eventually, and then try to repair this if this is a committed relationship. And if it's not, know enough, you know, to walk away. And if you're in that situation and you don't know what to do, you have to go inside of yourself. Don't retaliate. Retaliation doesn't fix anything. It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't make the hurt go away. It just hurts the other person. Now you're both living with some hurt. And if you don't want the relationship and all you want to do is hurt them, boy, you better dig inside of you. You better dig inside of you, because if that's the way you fix your hurt, there's going to be a lot of people in your life who are going to let you down and disappoint you, and it's going to hurt your feelings. And are you going to lash out at all of them? Save yourself. Love yourself. Get inside yourself. Fix whatever's going on, or at least identify it and try to get an understanding of it, so you don't have to keep living the same hurt over and over again. And it's not easy, and you don't have to do it alone. You can go to a therapist, you can go to a good friend, a friend who supports you in your emotional health, life coach, or you can talk to me. You can talk to me. I'm Renee, right at the right side, and that's what I do. I work with people. I give life strategies, or develop life strategies to help you be able to deal with these difficult emotions that are going on. Okay? I hope it was helpful. If you made it through this far in the video, which analytics say most of you don't, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for waiting around. And how about you subscribe to my page, like this video, share this video, and maybe I'll hear from you. Okay? Have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening. Bye-bye.